another Inside Music Row. Today we'll catch up with Randy Eutsler to talk about his latest album. We'll also chat with hit songwriter Luke Laird about what it takes to succeed in the music business. Finally, we'll check out Russell Moore and Third Time Out as they release an exclusive Cracker Barrel album. All this and more coming up Inside Music Row. Hey there, I'm Bailey, and I'm so glad you joined us for another Inside Music Row. We've got a great show today, so let's get started with Kellie Pickler. Kellie spent her Christmas vacation overseas performing for the troops on her 6th USO tour. She visited service members in hospitals and performed several shows to help bring a touch of home to those Americans making a very personal sacrifice. She visited 4 countries in the Middle East in 7 days, helping to make the holidays a little brighter for those stationed away from home. Taylor Swift got her start singing about Tim McGraw, and now she's singing with Tim McGraw. Tim's new album, 2 Lanes of Freedom, is set to be released on Tuesday as his first project with his new label, home of Big Machine Records. The collection includes the soon-to-be hit Highway Don't Care, which features Taylor and also Keith Urban. Darius Rucker released his latest single to radio, and he's getting some fantastic response. Wagon Wheel takes Old Crow Medicine Show's bluegrass anthem and turns it upside down. The song was originally based on a sketch by Bob Dylan. Finally, as our nation still grieves for the victims of the tragedy in Connecticut, Andy Griggs took those emotions and put them to song along with hit writer Bobby Pinson. They wrote 20 Little Angels, which is dedicated to the families in Newtown. 100% of the song's proceeds will go to those families through the Sandy Hook School Support Fund. Check it out on iTunes. Now it's time to go inside the song. We caught up with Livewire recently and had a chance to ask lead singer Andy Eutsler about a track that deals with life coming full circle. This is the title track to their latest project called Livin.
The best years of my life were 18, I thought, you know. I don't know yet. I'm not there. So I was really focusing in the first verse about talking how easy things were when I was 18. You know, everybody would love to go back home with mom and dad. It's so much easier, but I had some of the best years of my life in my teens or early 20s. And then the second verse, you know, I kind of evolved to the hardships of being married, paying your bills, and what bills can do to a marriage and a family. And the third verse, it comes back around full circle. You know, I believe, I hope, anyways, that when I get into my 60s or whatever, and later on in life, that everything's back to the way it was when I was 18. No worries, you know, our bills are paid and we're good. Let's just hang out.
We were busy running around with a teenage crowd. We spent all our time just loving and laughing and living. Jobs and bills never crossed our minds. We'd be there for the party at the drop of a dime. Yeah, we held on to every day that we'd been given.
If the groundhog sees his shadow, that means there are lots of great tours going on around the world. But if he doesn't see his shadow, well, there's still lots of artists out there on the road you can check out live. Let's take a quick peek at who's going where and when. It's time for a short little break, but before we go, we have some hot new music up for grabs. We have the latest Cracker Barrel release from Russell Moore and Third Time Out. If you want to enter this week's drawing for a copy of Timeless Hits from the Past, Bluegrass, you have to enter online at InsideMusicRow.com. Now for that break, but don't go away. We'll hook up with Randy Eutsler next. Be right back.